terms of worry, the scale of 1 to 10, you know, I'm pushing 9.5. Is it worse than it was, or you think it's all wrong, or what? This is not you're late and we're doing great, because that ain't reality.
It's a long way from Times Square to Atlanta. But 3 years ago, two acclaimed chefs said goodbye to New York to make a better life for themselves in America's fastest-growing city. Joe Truex and his wife, Mihoko Ubunai, have never looked back.
We absolutely love it here. Wild horses couldn't pull her out of here.
For the last 2 years, Joe was the executive chef at a prestigious resort and winery near Atlanta. Mihoko taught at the local Cordon Bleu school. But 3 months ago, they quit their jobs, drew on their savings, and mortgaged their house to qualify for a government loan. They were tired of working for other people.
Reached a point in my life, personally, to where I feel like I'm ready for this undertaking.
We cook the best food in Atlanta. I guess we cook in United States, and then we like to share with other people.
This is their great hope for their new life. They bought the space for $500,000, and they'll spend another $500,000 trying, in just 12 weeks, to make Repast the best restaurant in the South. No investors are backing them.
Repast, I like the word.
Nobody knows English. People ask me, is it Japanese?
I think it's a educated word.
But it's in the dictionary.
I think it's a simple word.
It's food. Repast is food.
They have those nice, wonderful roasted mushrooms.
Joe and Mihoko won't pinpoint their food, except to say New American,
I can give a couple of nice slices.
reflecting their vision of a more multicultural population and palate.
I'm from Japan, and so many people come from other country. So it's it's international cuisine.
It's a nice veal chop with homemade hand-cut fettuccine with the roasted, the soy roasted mushrooms.
Joe began cooking when he was only 10. He was so good, a rich aunt paid him $5 a meal. Ever since, this is where he's happiest.
The food is the easiest part. You know, if it's just about food, life is so easy. Crispy, beautiful that is.
Under Mihoko's influence and constant scrutiny,
This salmon is from Norway. Thinly sliced them with some preserved lemon and some rincon.
Joe weaves textures, colors, and flavors from all over the world.
But I'm not an Italian chef. I'm not a French chef. I might have elements of those cuisines in what I do.
But it's crowded in their kitchen.
Whoa!
Johan, their son, didn't do well in daycare.
Okay. Well, I'd rather him not learn how to get his fingers smashed in the pasta machine. He didn't need to learn that.
They haven't sorted out what they're going to do with him.
Like, baby. I mean, it's just Mihoko and I. We don't have any other family members around to support us and help us with Johan.
I wake up in the middle of the night for my baby Johan. Don't worry.
I don't know about that. Great, you gonna hold Daddy's towel for him?
Joe's in charge of the menu, but can't even think about it until he can see what the stark and modern space will look like. He's deferring to Mihoko, who blended her traditions with his in their bungalow.
Well, you know, my wife wants to basically, she's looking to kind of create this house in the restaurant because we love this house. It's all about the kitchen. It's where the heart of this house is, and that's what the heart of our restaurant's going to be. You know, one of the things she wants, she loves these beams. She loves these wooden beams. You know, she makes these great bowls. For a while, we thought about maybe, you know, how about having her make all the plates for the restaurant?
I'm strong and I don't believe I don't have any weakness point.
Mihoko's a lot more talented than I am. This fish she did to me is really, really great. We want to, you know, have this in our restaurant, you know, where I might get hung up on a certain thing. She's very fluent. She's flawless.
To interpret and execute Mihoko's vision, Joe hired one of Atlanta's top design build companies, headed by Tony Ackley. Tony knows he's walked into a tough situation.
I think Joe doesn't really have the final say-so on anything. His wife has to approve all the decor ideas and all the kitchen ideas. She has the control over the final decision in the restaurant.
This is matsutake mushroom.
2 weeks later, Mihoko is in Japan to visit her parents, leaving Joe with Tony to work it all out. Before she left, Mihoko nixed 2 of Tony's designs.
You know, and I'm here in the middle just trying to make it all happen.
Tony wants to warm the concrete bunker up with bright colors, wood contrasts, and a centerpiece kitchen. Today, without Mihoko there, Joe can't even decide on the chairs.
Again, this is my other half. I'm half down of a person.
I understand. She really makes the final decision.
She does. How do
she?
you know that? See that? How long have you been married?
I got it figured out by now, right?
Yeah.
The problem is, until they make some decisions, nothing can get done, and they need to open on schedule. Joe's not working, and neither is Mihoko.
I've got to start making mortgage payments. This is kind of everything. This is everything that we have. This is our whole life going into this.
Opening night is 10 weeks away.
Well, you're telling us we're sending you 10 different things.
But don't expect me
only
to
look at
copy
one.
somebody else's design. I'm not going to do it.
In Atlanta, nothing is getting done at Repast because chef owner Joe can't make any decisions without his wife and partner Mihoko.
I'm half down of a person.
I understand. She really makes the final decision.
She does.
Doesn't
How do you know that?
She's off in Japan visiting her parents.
This is matsutake mushroom.
8 weeks to go. Since Mihoko hasn't been keen on the designer's ideas, Joe's called in a feng shui expert for some extra input.
I like red. My business card is red. Red does represent money and Chinese culture.
His designer isn't happy.
I don't think you need a feng shui person to come tell you what to do.
So is that your bathroom back there? Oh, that's great. It's about harnessing the energy in the environment. I do it all for prosperity and for human harmony. So let me tell you, you ready? Okay. You have to say yes before I tell you what to do. Okay. So I'd like to have a water feature on this wall. If you don't do anything else, I would say you need to do that. So can you create something that looks good?
Every water restaurant I've done with water feature closed down.
If it's going to help my business become prosperous, you know, it's something I got to do.
So a water feature it will be. It looks like Joe's made a decision.
You're welcome.
Thanks so much.
Or not.
I got to see if my wife likes it, if she wants to do it. I think it makes sense.
2 days later, he's in Japan, trying to get her approval. He's already decided he can't afford the water feature.
She hates it.
This looks like a steakhouse.
Okay, I know this is bad. How are we going to tell him what we want?
First of all, I don't like this red. I don't want this. I don't want this. See, I don't like either.
Is it worse than it was, or you think it's all wrong, or what? Let's not criticize it.
Oh,
We
okay.
don't like it.
I don't
It's not
like
here to
it.
criticize
Okay, I don't like
the
it.
effort at any
I'm
point.
crazy about this color. This color.
Okay, we're in trouble pretty bad. We need to figure something out.
7 weeks until opening. Back in Atlanta, they're back at square one. Mihoko scoffed at the rest of the feng shui.
When he told me we're gonna put the function lady to put on the water on the upstairs, so I said, well, we are not Chinese restaurant first of all, and
Yeah.
I just started laughing, and maybe we should get a koi
pond, she
koi
said.
pond underneath.
Tony gave them a firm price for the job. The longer it takes, the less money he makes.
Uncle Tony?
We have really crucial decisions to make to get this moving on
Sure.
time. Fabric, very elegant.
You know, again, I
fabric.
think what we need to add to this is a little more Asian or simplicity, and I think that we're heading in
But
that
do you
direction.
want to make it Asian?
Slightly. I don't want to make it Asian. We're not Asian. We're part Asian, so I want to make it part Asian.
Still going in circles. I don't really know what they want. You need to zero in on what you want. You give me some websites of French bistros. You give me some websites of different.
True. I know we're a
So
little bit off.
we went in 10 different directions. the problem is you agree to something, and then when you meet, it's completely a different direction.
Well, I think that one in New York that we sent you, that contemporary Greek restaurant, that's kind of more, I think, where we need to be.
Okay. If we're gonna copy, then you can get somebody off the back of their truck
I'm
to
not
do
asking
the
you
work.
to copy. What I'm trying to do is give you something to understand what we wanted.
Yeah.
You know, you're telling us we're sending you 10 different
but
things.
don't
I'm
expect
telling
me
you only
to
look at
copy
one.
somebody else's design. I'm not gonna do it.
Tony won't even give Joe an opening date now.
Johan?
They haven't found childcare for Johan. They'll have to dig into their personal savings to survive. And now, Joe is losing his confidence in the kitchen.
I don't like it. This is the white chocolate bread pudding. Let's see how we're gonna get this green tea sauce on there. I don't know.
Can you make more thick?
know
But
she
you
likes
made
the
it last time you made it was better. This is kind of like a running scrambled egg. But
It's still a little warm.
Oh, okay.
It'll set up a little more, you know.
Oh, okay.
How am I feeling? Well, just kind of nervous.
Opening night was supposed to be 6 weeks away.
We got people drilling and cutting and chopping. It's not food, it's wood and metal. So that scares me.
In Atlanta, they still haven't agreed on a design for Repast.
Don't expect
telling
me
you, only
to
look at
copy
one.
somebody else's design.
Bathroom.
They've ditched the Feng Shui expert,
Entrance to your building is the mouth to your building, just like the mouth to your body.
and Mihoko still hates everything.
I just hate it.
In terms of sleep, I get little. You know, in terms of worry, scale of 1 to 10, you know, I'm pushing 9.5 right now.
Repast was supposed to open today, but they've only now decided how they want it to look. Mihoko got her way. Old beams, neutral colors, natural concrete, all fairly modern with a touch of Asian minimalism. Tony's just told Joe it'll be another 6 weeks before opening. Joe and Mihoko now have to dig into their savings to live on.
The delay is one thing. The way Tony kind of sprung it on me was different. You know, we didn't like the original design, and you've responded wonderfully. But you know, just because we didn't like it doesn't mean that we delayed it.
No, delays with your travel to Japan. And all
Japan,
that
that
stuff.
kind of
Yeah,
delay.
that
Okay.
kind of-
You know, we're not in the finger pointing business, but he certainly was quick to put the blame on me. You got to take some responsibility for this. And you gotta help me out here. This is not you're late and we're doing great,
let's
because
put
that ain't
it this.
reality. I don't know. I'm swimming. I've just been swimming.
You hired all your people?
Yeah. Well, hire them for what? For what opening? How can I
have a
hire people
manager?
when I can't even get the
You
restaurant
have a
open?
manager?
Yeah, I got a manager. I got it all. I don't have a restaurant. Is what I don't have. I'm just worried about making it to opening, and to be able to open this restaurant.
6 weeks later,
I don't think this thing's gonna happen today, man. I have 2 hand sinks. What about for the bathrooms? Do you know if they put anything in the bathroom? Oh, Lord.
Tony promised that finishing Repast would be easy once all the decisions were made. But it's now only 36 hours before opening.
Oh, my goodness.
Joe is right at the end of his tether.
You know, it's just a restaurant I'm worried about. I don't have a restaurant. I got wet paint on the walls. You know, I've got people drilling and cutting and chopping. It's not food, it's wood and metal. So that scares me. What the hell is this? Oh, Lord. I got plumbing backed up here, guys. He's doing it right now.
They were hoping it'd be easier to find the right childcare in Atlanta. But the waiting list is 6 months long. Joe's mother has come to town to help.
Looking for mom instead of grandma, huh? It's mama always. Mama over grandma. Huh, choo-choo.
24 hours till opening. Joe would like to be in the kitchen working with his staff, who he's had no time to train, but he's needed everywhere.
We are not where we need to be, obviously.
Joe, how do you think about this?
It's not hot. I mean, it's supposed to be 140 degrees. I shouldn't be able to put my hand in 140-degree water.
Very scary. It's not nervous, I'm scared. I want to hide somewhere.
Oh, health inspector's here. Wow.
Right behind you.
Great. Hey, how are you? How's it going today, sir?
Timer.
Oh, wow, this is beautiful. Tony, it's Joe. Listen, we got a huge problem here. Wow.
Opening night is in 18 hours.
I'm not getting any gas here. It's not the position I want to work to be in. I got to live with it. It's not good.
In Atlanta last night, Joe and Mihoko were in despair over the opening of their new restaurant, Repast.
Wow.
Morning. It's only 8 hours till opening, and the restaurant is still in a complete state of chaos. The plumbing leaks haven't been fixed. There are computer and electrical problems, and all sorts of last-minute finishing.
It's not the position I want to work to be in. This is not where I want to be. I got to live with it. It's not good.
In the middle of this, they're trying to prepare a sophisticated menu, and the gas isn't working.
I'm not getting any gas here. Here, right?
4 hours to go, and when she's needed most, Mihoko has to drop everything. She runs home to put Johan to sleep.
Hey, look at this. It's my electrician. That's his idea of quality work.
The gas is finally up and running. Joe closes his eyes on the front of the house and concentrates on the kitchen.
We got a lot of work to do in 2 hours, okay? We got a lot of work to do.
Water is still all over the place. The servers will have to make do without computers, but the guests are about to arrive. They've got to roll.
My restaurant's not ready, and it should have been ready.
Joe and Mihoko have gambled everything. Tonight, despite all the problems, Repast is nothing like the concrete bunker it was nearly 5 months ago. 6 weeks late, but not a dime over budget, East now meets West. Old blends with new. Even Tony concedes Mihoko was right.
It's the simplicity. I think the simplicity of the restaurant works very well.
It's been a test of their commitment and faith in themselves almost every step of the way. But finally, Joe and Mihoko are where they are happiest, again.
I need a hanger and a merluza.
Joe and Mihoko's new American cuisine includes jamon serrano wrapped merluza, a Spanish whitefish wrapped in ham with cannellini, beans, and artichokes. Muscovy duck over red wine and escargot risotto. Braised lamb shank with white bean puree and orange mint gremolata. Grilled hanger steak with root vegetable fries, herb salad, and a port wine reduction. There's a selection of salads, including roasted beets with arugula chev and truffle vinaigrette. And for dessert, Joe's white chocolate and green tea bread pudding and candied ginger. There's only one word to describe it all.
It's delicious.
Delicious.
Delicious. It was delicious. It's delicious.
Thank you so much. What a credible ride.
Yeah.
What a ride. I think I've felt every emotion known to mankind.
Atlanta has welcomed Joe and Mihoko home.
We opened Thank you, Angel. Thank you.
Find more at fineliving.com. Real information for real people.